Greetings and salutations. Has this ever happened to you? Are you struggling to turn loops into a song? Are all of your musician friends busy? In today's video, I will walk you through how to create a song using audio loops and samples that are native in Acoustica's Mixcraft 10. If you would like to follow along with my session, click the link below to download my session file.
Hello, Sam here with CommonTime Productions, and today we're going to work with loops to a song in Mixcraft 10. And so we're just going to jump right in and get started. So we're going to open Mixcraft. All right. And we're going to go new. All right, so here we've got our tracks. Got a video track, virtual instrument track, and then our standard audio tracks. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the video track real quick. And I'm going to get rid of the virtual instrument. We might bring one in later, but for the moment, we do not need it. All right, so the first thing after getting cleaned up and kind of set and ready to go, I want to make sure that I'm saving my file folder. So we're going to go in, File, Save As. I like to make sure that I'm in the right place. So I'm going to make sure this PC, Documents, Mixcraft Projects. Okay, so now I'm in my Mixcraft Projects folder. Okay, so this is jungle, drum, and bass. Loop to song. All right. So we're going to use a music bed native inside Mixcraft. So it comes with it. We go to our library, make sure we're on the book. You're also able to find other loop libraries and other folders. There's also ways to search online and all types of wonderful ways to import libraries. But today we're going to be working with the native song kits inside of Mixcraft. So we're browsing the library all, and then sort by song kit. This brings up this wonderful list of song kits, and all of these have a wonderful array of loops to build songs with. So I wanted to get into a real fun one here. I remember when I first encountered jungle drum and bass back in the 90s, and it was a wonderful, fun experience. And so I just wanted to kind of go back to that and bring that into Mixcraft and show you how we can build that style of song right inside Mixcraft with just plugins that are here. All right, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit, make sure I've got plenty of room. All right. Okay, so I know I want to get started with drums. Now, one of the other things I also like to do is I will undock the library window so that I can view more of what is inside the current song kit. This way, I'm able to see everything that's in there, and this allows me to work fairly fast. All right, so I know I want to work with the mixed beats. All right, this is where I want to get started. Okay. All right, well, I'm feeling 6 as like that wonderful thing that's gonna be the backbone to bring it all together. All right. So all we have to do is click on this and drag it right into Mixcraft. Now, most of the times I will start building a song on beat 2. This allows me to have plenty of room in the beginning, but I've got a pretty good idea of how I want to construct this song. So I'm going to live a little dangerously and come back to the second beat, measure 1.2. The sound tempo differs from your project. Okay, so for the very, very best quality, do we want to change the project tempo to match the sounds? Yes. At this particular point, I really like the set BPM here, the tempo, beats per minute. I like the 170. This feels correct for everything that's going on. So we're going to keep this tempo. All right, and so it adjusted our grid for us. Still got plenty of room, see everything. All right, gonna zoom out a little bit. Drag this, yeah, 17. Leave a space, let's bring it in again. Oh, let's see. Drag this on out. Let's bring another one in just to give us some separation. Depending on what we're doing, we might just, blend it all together at a certain point, but kind of want to get a feel for the construction of the song at the moment, so this is where I'm going to go from. Now let's start constructing a song. All right. That definitely feels like the next part. Now, as we get just a few more elements of the drums in here, we can start going over what we're doing and what we're looking at and how we're constructing it. So I used the Mixbeat 6 as my main focal point so that this was the feel. I really liked, to me, that's right up there with the style and in the name, that is jungle. And it's just fast and fun and crazy beats. But then, we also want to bring in the driving stuff as well. So those mix beats, so that was the Mixbeat 5 that had a really nice drive to it. There's some little extra accents in there. Then this really nice one, the Mixbeat 1. It's kind of just a pullback a little bit, but it's got a nice feel. So then I wanted to have this, this kick and snare drive here. That's something else I wanted to make sure was there for the, I guess, the concept of the verse and the chorus. I wanted to have that type of continuity between the two, and then the build up. Back to the kick and snare. Bring that in again. Drag that out. Drum roll. Definitely can go with a drum roll here. Whoa, okay. Drum roll to it is. And we know we want this to come in, so we're probably going to go with the beat before or the and that should give us a nice drum roll too. Zoom in here. Pull that back. That way we get this nice, and then we've switched, so we know we're using marker 17. This is probably our verse. So we're going to right click and we're going to add a marker here. We're going to designate this now, that this is where we know the feeling of the verse is going to go. So then after the verse, we're going to have this fun little build spot. And then that should go into the main feeling, which should be, you know, like the concept of the chorus. And then these markers will also help me bring in all the rest of the elements on how I'm feeling the song. Okay, and then after the chorus, we're going to have some fun stuff. So this would be like a bridge or a solo. We're just going to call it a bridge. And then I think this is where we would go another chorus and then a chorus out. So it's basically a double chorus on the way out, but we'll build it up a little bit. All right, let's see. The next part we could add. I like that percussion one. I think that's going to cut through nicely. We want to build up those second parts of the verses. So we should probably do that again. Yeah, we'll drag that out to the end. Ooh, cymbal pattern. This would be very important. You'll notice another part to the organization here is I'm keeping the mixed beat 6 on one audio track, and I'm keeping mixed beat 5 on one audio track. This allows us to keep a very clean, organized system, especially between our intro, verse, build, chorus, bridge system. Staying organized with our drum pattern, building up our beats, and then also keeping with our song structure. As we're going down, we've got our main part of our beat and our kick and our snare, our roll, some little extra hand percussions. Now we've got our cymbal pattern, you know, that's another important part. So let's figure out where else we're going to put this. Okay, so we've got some wonderful fun transitions here, and we should bring some emphasis to these transitions. Wonderful. This crash has got that exact thing I'm looking for. It's like a reverse swoosh in and then with a nice envelope out. That's nice. All right. Oh, and look at that. We can line that up wonderfully. Again, we get to, we know that downbeat for us for the change is on beat 17. For the switch over from these beats, from the mixed beat 6 into mixed beat 5. So we know we got this nice, we know we got a change going on here. And then we got the kick and snare that's going to come in and reinforce these two together, which is going to give us a lot of energy. And then we've got that nice drum roll to build us into it. And then we've got the crash, which is going to kind of solidify the whole thing of bringing that in and really defining this moment that happens here at the very beginning. And then we want to make sure that we're accenting some of these other places as well. Okay, so copy. Let's see, the next spot we would want to go to. That transition into that percussion. Transition here. And then again, we know we've got our transition into our bridge. We definitely want to make sure that that's accented nicely. Zoom in a little bit, make sure that these transitions are right on that transition beat where we've set up our markers. It's always good to give yourself road signs. Definitely lots of room in here to play with this one. So for the moment though, I want to see the rest of my track. This out of the way. All right. All right. Well, I think we're pretty well on our way to having a solid backbeat here for our song. Okay, so one of the first things I want to do is I selected crash and then I went to mixed beat. I hit shift so I could select them all. And I'm going to go to the volume and I'm going to bring this down probably, negative 9, negative 10, right around there. But just bringing all of those down together so that then we can build them up nicely. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to want to do to stay nice and organized, so I'm gonna bring in a submix track. This is my submix. And of course, these are the drums and percussion. We're gonna label this drums. Let's keep things nice and simple. And I usually like keeping an extra audio track in here just in case I need to do some editing. But again, I'm gonna come down to the bottom track I have, which is the crash symbol here. Shift, select the top audio track. I'm going to drag these right under the drum, into the drum bus. Now, dragging these into the drum bus now gives us a view of the stereo image of these loops together as a full waveform. And it gives me a single slider control for my submix, or my auxiliary mix, or however you want to call it, whatever wonderful thing you use for this type of routing. But I like to think of it as this is my drum bus, and this is where my drums live. And then this way I am able to get them really clean and then have an overall control of the drums with one slider. And then that allows a lot of fun towards the end when we're ready to figure out how close we are to a decent mix. But we're still in the song creation process, so let's get back to song creating. Okay, so we've got our drums kind of taken care of here. Let's rewind to the beginning again. Let's figure out where we're at. Let's take a quick listen. Okay, I like where this is at. We can loop that. Let's get into some bass lines. All right, so we're going to bring back the library. Undock once again. Bring this over to the side, and ooh, we've got several bass and sub bass patterns. All right, okay, so let's we can now close our drum bus. Okay, bass line 1. Arpeggio. Cool. Oh. Okay. I hear that one. Okay, let's bring that over. Oh, that's fun. All right. So then we know we're going into the verse. Sub bass. Got some sub bass stuff. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I think I already have a feeling for what I like here. This is fun. Okay. So I'm feeling... Yeah, that definitely feels like our verse line. All right, let's bring the sub bass over. Start that puppy on 17, since that's where our verse starts. Want to take that out. So we're just going to stretch that out, which basically doubles it. All right, and we've got a little build here, so let's see. Kind of want to have it feeling like it's evolving though, so let's go check this other. I like how that one pulls back. I think that's going to feel really good for the build in the chorus. Let's bring that over. Oh, that definitely fills in the area there. Let's stretch that out throughout the whole chorus. Oh, I like the subby Buck Rogers bass line there. That's really cool. All right, that is definitely the bridge. You know, I think I'm gonna bring in that sub bass 2 again as the chorus, but we're gonna use a different volume on it for the outro so that it feels different from the verse one. So we use some other techniques to play around with this to give it a different feel, but it might end up back up on this line, but I want to give myself options. And that looks like that takes us to the end of the song. All right, now let's see if what I was hearing in the moment translated with those drums. Rewind all the way back, make sure we can see everything. I see those drums now, so that way we can see the whole thing together. See where everything lines up nice and fun. All right, and again, we want to take these tracks, select the bottom one, shift, select the top one, grab the volume sliders, and bring them down. This is a huge part of this is, you know, in song construction and mixing and all this fun stuff is, you know, always saying and playing in safe levels. So, you know, bringing in, we can see right away that a lot of these are really nice hot tracks. So, you know, they're already at a really decent level to play with. So we're pulling them back out so that we can build this mix nice and powerful, but without blowing our ears out or, you know, wearing them out too fast. So I always like to gain stage and bring things down to a nominal level. All right, so I'm going to select off of those, rewind again. Let's see if this idea is going to work. All right. I think we can keep the bass parts. All right, let's get this. Synths and arpeggios. Again, bringing up our wonderful jungle drum and bass folder. Oh, we're coming back to that one. That is just crazy. I like the FX4. Okay, where are we gonna put this? This would definitely be... No, I want to see these other tracks. Let's keep an eye on what we're building here. Okay, so we can divide this up a little bit. Leave some room. So the next spot, yeah, we definitely gotta make sure something fun comes in on the chorus. Let's check out what type of synth leads and stuff we've got. Oh, that is it. Okay, I think we have everything we need here. All right, so now we've got our synth submix, and then again, selecting the bottom one, shift, select the top one, and bring down those volume sliders, -10, right around there, -10, -9. We'll play with them afterwards to get a better sit with everything. But I think we have everything that gives us the backbone of our song. From here, we could write vocal lyrics and sing over it, or guitar lines or other things, or bass, or an actual physical bass line, or even other piano lines or other digital synth lines that could be written on a MIDI input device or a keyboard or all that fun type of stuff. But all right, so let's take a quick listen here, and while we're listening, I'll try to adjust levels a little bit to get everything to feel like it sits nice and comfy with each other. All right. Jungle, drum and bass, loop to song.